We're in Sharei Orah, page 32, hoping to get to page 33. Yeah.
Where are we?
In the bottom paragraph. So we learned last week that this midah of Malchut is sometimes called a yabasha, a dry land. When it loses its sustenance, because the 10 sefirot are not giving it its sustenance, it becomes dry without any chayim. So sometimes it's ashira, sometimes the Malchut is rich, and that's when Am Yisrael, you see it's high. Like right now, you should know it's a good time for Am Yisrael. At least in Eretz Yisrael. The right wing has won. The religious Jews. If he makes the call, he'll probably will. The right wing is back. He might. He's making coalition with only religious parties. So for the first time in Israeli history, most of the people in charge will be Shomer Shabbat. It's a very big.
Real Shomer Shabbat.
Real Shomer Shabbat. Real Shomer Shabbat.
Far right Shomer
And
Shabbat.
we're talking about like the.
Good.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff over there.
They got representation.
So definitely, it's a very big thing for Klal. So you can see that the right is winning. So the Malchut is Motzei Shvi'it, right? But sometimes the Malchut is empty. So we're hoping tomorrow the right is going to get another positive thing. Zet Hashem. And the right will win again. B'zchut Avraham Avinu. The Yanuka is praying. You have to come here on Shabbat. We have a shiura from the Yanuka every single year. Listen, for the Yanuka,
I was supposed to get invited, but I know God, got approved.
Since when is Abraham getting invited?
No, I have the wife, so it's like a different.
She needs to get you.
I'm already ready to go, but I have to try to.
Abraham's off to Abraham.
That's a you problem already.
That's you.
I understand that. Thank you. I'm still waiting for the approval. Too.
All right, don't worry, man. It's coming. It's coming. And this is the secret. Like an eagle that spreads its wings, carries its chicks, so too the Shekhinah is like an eagle that's carrying the chicks on its back, unlike other birds who holds the chicks on its feet. And when Am Yisrael does teshuvah, they renew the eagle. Kabutabi. When we fix the pipes, we fill it up with bracha. Right now, as we're learning Torah, we're filling the Malchut with bracha. It just happens to be there's a lot of other people out there that are right now doing a lot of shtuyot, so it's a fight going on all the time. What happens? When does Hashem wait for the pipes to be filled? At midnight. Why? Most of the world is sleeping. All the Avera people they're sleeping right now. So now is the best time for the tzaddikim to pump the pipes with a lot of Kedusha right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of the people are sleeping right now. That's why specifically the uplifting of the Shekhinah happens after midnight, at night, not during the day.
All the shield goes on at night, no, of course.
Yeah, but but definitely in a smaller scale. Because during the day, a lot of people are doing out there.
Everybody's up.
You understand? Right now, it's most people
Sleeping.
The land is quiet. The air is there's no lashon hara in the air. There's no motzi shem. There's no sheker. There's no chanufa. There's no nivlut peh, right? And it says over here, and we're mashpia to her berachot. As he mitchadeshet, and we renew her. Then it says hamasbia betov etyech titchadesh kanesher neuraychi. It's a pasuk in Tehillim. Ba'midah azot nikret nesher. This midah is called a nesher. Yesh la kama nesharim. Nesher is an eagle. Yesh la kama nesharim ba'ale kama knafayim, and it has a lot of wings. And it is the eagle of the Merkava. And the point of this eagle is to protect Am Yisrael. Liut magen la'Am
Why
Yisrael.
did it say it had a lot of wings?
The wings it's like a shield.
The spread.
It says it has a lot of wings.
Yeah, because there's many eagles with many kinds of shekhinahs. Many different aspects of the divine presence. Like we said today, Le'ah, Rachel. I'm learning right now Talmud Bavli. I'm learning the Shekhinah right now. You have to understand. That's why Mekubalim, when they learn Torah, it's not like I'm gaining knowledge right now. Just the act of learning it for them is a very enjoyable. Just the fact that I'm saying the words, you know what I mean? Like I said, just writing the names of the tzaddikim gives us such an enjoyment, you know? It's not like a person's going to go and say, oh, who made this mathematical formula? Let me write his name and remember him forever. Even the biggest geek wouldn't do that. Am I right or no? But tzaddikim, you see, Jewish people have a crazy thing. Like, they just want to live their chachamim. They just want to breathe them. So the Shekhinah, there's Leah, there's Rachel, there is Leah and Rachel of Yaakov, Leah and Rachel of Israel. Then there is Leah and Rachel. There's the Sod Habinah. There's Sod Malchut inside Za itself. There is Malchut in the sense of in Bri'ah. There's Malchut in there's Malchut of Arich, Malchut of Atik. All these Malchuyot are different kinds of aspects of the Shekhinah. So you have to know what aspect you're working in at that moment. Sometimes you work with Leah, sometimes you work with Rachel, sometimes you work with Leah Vakdeza, sometimes you work with Rachel, the Ateret of the Yesod. The different kinds of aspects of Leah and Rachel. That's what you were asking, different kinds of zivugim. You have to know that's the hardest miktsua, by the way, this learning what aspect you're working with at that moment. There were times where Mordechai Sharabi used to laugh at people's questions. He would be like, you don't even know what we're working with over here. You're asking a question A when we're learning something in a different place completely. Like, you didn't learn correctly. You understand? It's good you're asking questions, but you have to know what you're learning. So then she's mitchadeshet like a nesher, right? And it's magen al Am Yisrael, and she spreads her wings on Klal Yisrael to save them from all the tzarot. V'hanesher, as well in this nesher, im kol shar machanotei nikrim nishrei hamerkava, the eagles of the Merkava, they're the one, the Shekhinah protected Am Yisrael in Mitzrayim and took them out from the suffering. And that's the secret why God said to Am Yisrael specifically, you saw what I did to Egypt, and I carried you on the wings of eagle. Why did Hashem specifically use eagles in this case? Because eagle is a name for the Malchut. Right? And all the camps of the Shekhinah, which are called the eagles of the Malchut, it's a mashal, it's all a mashal. And the ma'ala of it is only ba'alot yisod b'Torah and mitzvot. When Am Yisrael is high up in Torah and mitzvot, but when they go down, in Chas v'Shalom, she turns into a yabasha, and the mashal is she loses her feathers. Right? And because this midah is very connected to the levels above it, to Keter, to Yesod, so she could suck and take all the shefa from them, we have a special mitzvah that connects us to the Malchut. Special mitzvah. Tfilin shel yad. The tfilin shel yad, the hand tfilin, this is the meaning of ukshartam leot al yadecha. You have to tie her to your hands. That means that your tefillin shel yad is another revelation of the Shekhinah. And by tying her to your hands, you're connecting yourself to her. But by the tefillin shel rosh, it doesn't say ukshartam ben einecha. It says totafot ben einecha. That means the rosh is an aspect that you don't have to tie on you. You place it. It reveals itself automatically. But the tefillin shel you have to tie. And whoever says Shema without tefillin, it's like you're being falsely testifying. Ve'en lo derech likanes tfilato. Look what he says over here. To all those people who daven without tefillin. Who say Shema without tefillin.
What if you say early Shema?
You have to say it again and with tefillin.
With tefillin,
Yeah.
But that's allowed.
So why we're not?
Because your tefillin is also called a tefillah. Tefillin is from the word tefillah.
Why is it not mandatory to put the tefillin in Aravit when you say Shema again?
Because the night is not the time of tefillin.
Different framework.
The night is not it means in the night the Shekhinah is in the state of Yabasha. Automatically. It's in the state of emptiness. Right? So in that time we don't put on tefillin. Right? כלומר, תפילת הפה תלויה בפי של יד, the mouth tefillah is connected and relying on the tefillin shel yad. That's why they're two separate mitzvot. And the tefillin shel yad opens up all the openings of the morning. Wow. You guys hear what he's saying here? Tefillin shel yad? We didn't even get to the tefillin shel rosh. What's this tefillin shel yad? Wow. And that's why you must say Shema with tefillin. And the Chachamim made a takana to say Shema and then pray. Why? Because the tefillin of the hand has to be said with Shema, and it opens up the gate of the Shmona Yisrael. That means without the Shema, with the tefillin, you can't open up the gate of the Shmona Yisrael.
Is that the Shema that you say after the pulling tefillin?
No, he's talking about the Shema that's mamash before Shmona Yisrael.
Okay.
And also in Kavanot, by the way, we build the Shekhinah, we start building her, the Malchut, the 10 Sfirot of Malchut, we start building her in Shema. That's the secret, by the way. Yeah, there's a big Kavanot over there. And it says over here, therefore the Shema is always before Tefillah. So what's the reason Shema is before Tefillah? Dafka, because you wear it with the Tefillin. And the Tefillin Shel specifically opens up the gates for the Tefillah Shel Peh. So this is called a Tefillin, and this is also called a Tefillah. Tefillin is plural. One Tefillin is called a Tefillah. And this is Tefillah Shel Peh, this is Tefillah Shel Yad. Right? So therefore it's connected.
So before that you're not praying?
You are praying, but the real prayer is in Shemona Yisrael. That means we don't get into the Malchut until we say Shemona Yisrael. Okay? If I just say I davened Ashrei, did you daven today?
No.
You didn't fulfill the mitzvah of davening in the sense that the Chachamim made our obligation. But on Shabbat and Yom Tov, we don't need tefillin. B'Shabbatot v'Yamim Tovim ein tzarich tefillin, he writes. Why? Because there are higher things that are happening on that day. Wow. You guys, it's just going above your head, guys.
No, the day itself.
I don't feel that.
Why? The day itself is higher than the feeling. That's why you don't wear it.
It says, "V'asharim ptuchim," Gabriel, and the gates are automatically open, Gabriel. That's good. I want to say tonight, when I was asking for the sponsors, the first two people to answer, their names were Gabriel. Kol hakavod lachem. Gabriel.
Gevura.
Yeah, Gebura.
Ariel.
Gebura.
Ariel.
When you have the king, we don't need his signet ring. The signet ring is used during the week. That's when we need the tefillin. But on Shabbat and Yom Tov, we have the king. If you have the king, who needs the signet ring? But really, now you understand the koach of a person who wears tefillin all day. How he's always connecting the Shekhinah with him, and the Shekhinah pays him back. So when you give your next haircut, imagine you're going to the barber and you're wearing the tefillin, you're giving Rabbi, what are you doing over there? Don't worry, vote for Lee Zeldin. Oh, okay, can I get some of that too? In Long Island, they all vote for Lee Zeldin. They're all crazy.
They all look crazy for Zeldin.
Do they know they're voting for a Jew?
Yes,
the Goyim always run to the Jew. Their God is a Jew for them.
And then they blame us.
And then they blame us for everything. What can you do? Alright. Let's go one more paragraph. We're going to end with Keter Elyon. לשון שהיא סימן למידה הזו בתורה לעניינים כתובים הוא לשון כה. Whenever you see the word כה, Chaf Hey, Ko, in the Torah, it's talking about the Shekhinah. Where do we see that in the Torah? Ko Amar Hashem. There's one parasha where it's said like literally 20 times in a row. Huh? Ko Tomai, the Shekhinah. Wow, it's a great example. It's a great example, but there's another place that's even greater. I'll give you a hint. We talked about him right before the Shiur. When he came back in the Gilgul as our little critter. Gilam. Which parasha is that? Balak. Every time he blesses the Jews, what it says? V'ko tedaber. When the Rashash used to learn that parasha, he used to cry. And they would ask him, why are you crying, Rebbe? He used to say, I can't. When I learn about Ko, when I learn about the Shekhinah, it rips my heart. What kind of level he was in. We're very different from the earlier generations. We don't have that sensitivity anymore. The fact that we're here learning is itself like the biggest thing in Shamayim. We've lost so much sensitivity.
What kind of world we live in, of course.
Okay, I'm giving you a skaf zechut, no?
Your credit, she lost her credit. Cancel credit.
You think in their time they said, what kind of world we live in?
Of course, compared to what they were before.
Of course, the Gemara already said if we're like men, they were angels. If we're like men, if they were men, we are monkeys. If they are angels, then we are men. Or donkeys. They said donkeys. Donkeys.
Hello.
We got you.
So really.
And when you see the word ko, it's talking about the Shekhinah. And this midah opens up all the midot. Vehi sod ruach hakodesh. For all the ruach hakodesh lovers over here, this midah gets you ruach hakodesh, and through this midah, kol haniviim nitnabu. All the prophets prophesize except for Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, we're going to learn prophesize from the Tiferet, not from the Malchut. And sometimes we call it Shekhinah. Says the Sharei Orah. Sometimes we call it Shekhinah. Lifamim we call it the Shekhinah. That means the name Shekhinah is just
Abraham got lost.
It's a secondary name.
Abraham got lost.
Abraham is lost?
Yeah,
Second to last line.
No, at Ko. He got lost at Ko.
Okay, והמידה הזאת, לפי שהיא פותחת לכל המעלות, it's opening all the levels. היא סוד רוח הקודש, it is the secret of the רוח הקודש. And from it, man, נכנסים הנביאים לעולם הנבואה. Through it, the Nevi'im go inside prophecy. ומשתמשים בנביאים הרבה. And the prophets always use the Malchut, always.
So what did you say, Moshe?
This was the Avera of Adam HaRishon, by the way. He only wanted to work for the Malchut.
Moshe went
It's a
to
big Avera, huh?
Moshe
If you don't connect the Malchut with the Zah, with the Tiferet, you're making a big Avera. You're kotzetz b'nitiot. Says the Ari Chara and
So Moshe skipped the
when
Malchut?
you every time you think of the Malchut, you have to have Kavanah, which is Shem Amonai, to connect it with Havaya. Yud Aleph, hey, that's it. Amen, amen. 90 times a day. Amen, 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 amen.
So Moshe
You're looking at the floor, I said in my shiur, have Kavanah Havaya Adnut. Kol, I'm talking, I'm putting my Dibur is Amonai, my voice is Havaya. I'm connecting Havaya Adnut. Everything has to be the connection, not just Adnut, not just Amonai.
Yud Aleph Dal.
Yud Aleph and Hey Dalet Vav Nun Hey Yud, yeah. Some people go above that. They even think of Sal, Chatach.
Sela.
Where is it? Sal, Chatach, Pi. What's the secret of Pi, by the way? Pi. What's the numbers of Pi? 3.14. Shem Shakai. Ze Sha'amar Lo'olamo Dai. Shakai is 314. Pi is 3.14. Pi, you see pi, that's like the, what's that thing? It's
Are you talking about pi?
yeah,
Circumference.
Pi, yeah.
That's
The thing,
The radius of
no, but the pi is in everything in the world. It's like it's one of those numbers that has no end.
right.
How does
What's that called?
reach?
No, there's like this special thing that one mathematician did. He made like a picture.
It's called the golden ratio.
The golden. There's another name for it, but pi 3.14 with the dot on top, which goes on forever. It's a number that's found in like all living beings. So the secret to that is Shem Shakai. Zeh Sha'amar Olamo Dai.
How is pi 3.14?
Pi, then the ratio of pi, the mathematical ratio comes up to 3.14. Then it goes infinite. But the first three letters, known as 3.14 with a dot, with a line on top. So 3.14 is Shakai, and the name of Shakai is Zeh Sha'amar Olamo Dai.
No.
So the name Shakai is the secret of the Yesod. It's a mathematical equation, but the interesting thing is
the amount of space in between of a circle Rashi brings down is the pi. When you bring in the second sukkah, when he fights about what.
And in math, they always use pi when they deal with geometry.
It's for radius of a
It's
circle.
it's a very important mathematical equation.
Half its circumference.
Right.
Half.
See, so let's continue.
It's been a while.
And yeah, exactly. וזה שאומרים הנביאים כל הרבה כאילו שכינה, and that's what the הנביאים sometimes call it the שכינה. כה אמר השם. So said Hashem. What כה אמר השם? כה, the word כה. המידה הזאת is this מידה. אברהם, wow, this week's parasha. אברהם אבינו התחיל להחזירה למטה. אברהם אבינו brought it back down to earth. All the 9 generations took it away. But Abraham Avinu brought it back down. And he started. And he said, it's almost our parasha. It's last week's parasha. But close enough, no? He said, Hashem Elokim. Hashem, he said, Amonai, mati tenli. What are you giving to me? Let's see how he explains that. And Hashem, he told them back, we turn the page. בכל מערכות הכוכבים בשאר קצות עולם, אלוהים תחתונים, אין לו זרע זולתי בכוח המידה הנקרא כה. And Hashem answered him, the only thing that brings life into this world, Abraham, is כה. The Shekhinah, כה, which is Sha'ar HaTfilah, the gate of prayer. Uba, and with it, Yafi kol shoel shalato, any person could reach his his question, his want, his she'elah, his
That's when you also got a hey in his name.
right. It's the Shekhinah. What's the she'elah? How do you say she'elah? She'elato, his desire, his desire. Lishanot ha'mazalot, Abraham. To change the mazalot, Abraham.
You have to search for the code, bro.
And it turns midat hadin lerachamim, mavet to chaim, choli to refuah, akrut, no children, to zera, to children. Wow, guys, start working for the malchut. Start working. No, you're not working for the malchut.
Yeah, it's called.
You're not working for the malchut. You're not working for the malchut. That's the malchut of olam, the asiyah sheba'asiyah. Sheba'asiyah, sheba'asiyah. I want you tomorrow to wear your tefillin sheliat, kiss it 7 times. I want you to wear it with such kaif. My tefillin, I want you to say tikkun chatzot. I want you to learn Talmud, the Gemara. I want you to say Amonai. I want you to read Tehillim. I want you to live the Shekhinah, live the divine presence. And then you change your mazal. It's in your name. It's in Abraham. 1-1, yeah. Shalom Aleichem. ויהי פתח העיניים, ולפי שהכל תלמידה הזו נקרא כה, אמר לו שנדבר על אברהם, כה יהיה זרעך. That's why Hashem told him specifically, not זה יהיה זרעך, כה יהיה זרעך. You see how it's all connecting?
Mikol, Bakol, Kol.
No, that's bakol, mikol kol. That's the yesod. This is ko, not kol. Ko, 25. Ko. Ko, 25. כלומר, through this מידה תיכנס לכל המקורות. You're going to go into all the sources עד שתיכנס לכתר העליון, until you will reach the כתר שהיא המזל של כל המזלות, which is the mazal of all the mazals, and from it comes מים חיים לכל המזלות, which is the source to all the mazals, or the waters of life. ובכך יהיה לך זרע, and that's how you're going to have kids, by going not just to the mazal, to reach the highest mazal and to bring it down. וזה המזל, he's telling you the whole shar how he's doing it. וזה, you work for the malchut. Every time you see the malchut have kavanah, this is the malchut. The Ein Sof, it's revealing itself to the malchut.
Just said.
תפילין שלה is one thing. וזה המזל שאפילו ספר תורה תלוי בו. And this mazal, even the Torah needs it. ולא כמחשבת החושבים כי על מזל הכוכבים אומרים. It's not talking about the regular mazalot. It's talking about the mazal העליון. נוצר חסד לאלפים, נוצר את המנקה. And this is what the Chazal mean in the Masechet Shabbat. כמה עניינים נוראים ונפלאים כלולים בהן. How many special things are in it. And by the way, just one more sentence. This is the secret that Hashem blesses Avraham bakol. What's bakol?
In everything.
Bakol with everything. Gematria 52 Shem Ben, which is the Malchut. Since Avraham worked so much to raise up the Malchut and to bring it out to this world, again to reveal Hashem's presence, Hashem blessed them with bakol.
So call it Yisod? Or
Bakol. Bakol is the Malchut. Huh?
Mikol?
Mikol is something else.
Mikol called?
Yeah, but Bakol is the Malchut.
What's
Next.
Mikol?
Huh?
What's Mikol?
I don't know.
We get
Call it Yisod.
Call is the Yisod. I don't know. Call is 50 חסדים. Okay? Okay, בסדר. We'll end over here and call it a night. Shacharit 6:15 in the morning. ברוך ה' לעולם, לעולם, אמן ואמן.